Good morning, everyone. It is, our new rooster is crowing. It is May 9th, and I just let the chickens out. It is 9 o'clock in the morning. It's about 38, 36 out here. It's cold. We were trying to get in the shade, but the sun is shining. We were supposed to get a hard frost last night in low 28, and so last night we had to come out and cover. Well, yesterday we covered everything, and then I left the cold hardy stuff uncovered, and then I thought, I'm gonna cover it. So we went out late last night and covered it up. I'm wearing a covering, like a headband on my head, because I have been suffering from a really, really bad earache. I've tried home remedies, and then I tried the doctor, which we're doing FaceTime doctor because of the corona. But they sent me some medicine, and the medicine still didn't help. So around day 18 it started around day 18 it started feeling better. I'm trying to get out of the sun. There we go. So it's still in the wind. The wind kind of irritates it, so I am trying to keep it covered because it's chilly, but the wind's pretty good. I see the leaves moving a little bit, so I'm not going to chance it. But I'm going to come out here and uncover all of the plants that we covered up. I got to go uncover the back garden, and then over here in the raised beds, I'm going to uncover them. And then right here is blueberries. I covered those up because they have blueberries on them. I'm worried about our fruit trees. I'm standing under an apple tree right now. I'm not sure. The cherry tree, it was full of cherries. And then the pear trees are full of pears. So I hope that hard freeze last night didn't hurt our fruit trees. But I am going to go and uncover everything. This is the garlic bed. There's 2 apple trees under here, and then that is radishes and carrots. We ran out of things to cover up with, so we used an old trampoline. We didn't cover up the 2 new plum trees. They didn't have any blooms, and they're so little, we just figured we'd just let them. Hopefully it didn't kill them. The garden, there's nothing planted in the garden right now. We've been getting it ready. This side right here is wetter than over here, so it was more clumpier. So instead of tilling here, we stopped and moved over there. But look at all the rocks. This is 3rd year here, and every year we've picked up and picked up and picked up rocks. They just keep working their way out. But that's where we're planting our corn. Hey, Whiskers. That's where we're planting our corn, is right here. And we had our rows, and we were working on our rows, and then it started raining, and then it's been raining since, and now it was freezed. So I'm kind of glad we didn't get the corn out. But over here we're going to put green beans and bush squash. So that's the plan, and I'm going to put zinnias. That's where I planted my zinnias last year, and they did really well. So And we covered up our blueberry bush with a 5-gallon bucket. It's little. We went to town and dug up all of our surprise lilies, or naked ladies, whichever one you want to call them. But they were in a huge group. We've had them in town forever. So I went ahead and planted them. I don't know if they're going to come up because we disturbed them, but I put them in between the elephant ears. See how I've got the 2-liter bottle over the elephant ears covering them up? And then this is another blueberry. Whiskers, get off. Oh, they got stuck in the... I don't know if you can see, the sun is... They have blueberries on them. We planted these here and put the rabbit wire. We put the rabbit wire around them because the chickens, we didn't want the chickens getting the blueberries. I'm still working on it. Alright, my daughter helped me put this on. So I guess I'm going to sit y'all down while I take it off. The garlic did pretty good. It's laying over a little bit. These end ones are the ones that were exposed, so they're looking kind of puny. We'll see. I also have the trees laying down under them. They're pretty tall, and they have apples on them. Let's see if we can see. There's an apple. And this one, you can't see. It's either too dark or too bright. But these are our apple trees that we bought. This one is a Granny Smith, and this one is a Golden Delicious. We have 2 June apples, and then we're going to get a couple red apple trees when we go. So this right here is a cherry tree that we just stuck in here to cover up. My husband was weed eating, and it just came up out of the ground over by our cherry tree. So the roots look really well, so I wanted to cover them up in some dirt to keep them moist until we find a place for them. These we dug up the other day from the old house. Some of my irises, I need to get them in the ground. This was our strawberry bed, but last year's drought killed all of the strawberries except one. It's right there in the middle. The rest I planted radishes here and then carrots. So everything's doing well. I have this orange netting over the top so the chickens and cats cannot get in the bed. So it's working out pretty good. And everything's growing really good. We've picked quite a few radishes so far. Doesn't look like any of them's ready yet. They're getting big though. Getting really big. I need to fix this now that... There it goes. Okay. On to the other blueberries. I went ahead, I know peas are cold hardy, but I went ahead and covered them last night just because. Here's my peas. And then my lettuce. I kind of just like broadcasted it in there so it all get bunched up in one. I need to thin it out. But I need to also get some strings tied up to the cattle panel for the other peas. I took an old, what do you call them? Old futon frame and just laid it up here against the cattle panel for the peas right now because I don't have anything else. Use what you have. This bed needs dirt. We went ahead and put some peas in a gutter and they're growing really well. We're going to bring the gutter up to the top and attach it. But this bed has weeds and catch-all stuff for right now. This is another blueberry. Blueberry bush. Look at all those blueberries. Alright. Got elephant ears and surprise lilies and another blueberry bush. We ran out of chicken wire, or rabbit wire I mean, so I guess that was in that bucket. So we have 2 blueberry bushes uncovered. So let's put that right there. There's our corn rows. And then there's our mess. We extended the garden. Now, we're going to go. This is our tires. We're waiting. They have a tire pickup day, so we're waiting on to go take the tires off. And he just weeded all of this. It was all grown up. And these trees are locust trees, and they are full of thorns. So we need to get those cut out. We have privacy fence panels that we went and got for a project, and yeah, the other garden is behind this, so that's where we're going. This last night was a hodgepodge of what can we find to cover stuff up with. We had an old tarp that I'm going to cut into strips and use in the garden for walkways. It's already coming apart, so I figure we just cut it into strips. And then a half barrel and a couple 2-liter bottles, and that did it. So I'm gonna go and uncover it. I had Whitney's help. This is what survived transplanting of broccoli, cauliflower, kale, and cabbage. This is what, when I uncover it, you'll see it's all sporadic because some stuff died, didn't do transplanting very well, and then some stuff are really good. So here's mustard greens. They're doing okay. And then, I'm not sure what some of the stuff is. We planted it, and then it died, and then came out and planted some more, and I know there's kale here, and then cauliflower. Then we have broccoli and cabbage, and I know this right here is the lone Mammoth Red Cabbage. It's the only one out of that whole row that took. So I need to come in and weed, but it looks puny. I need to get out here and do some work now that my ear is feeling a little bit better. Forgot to mention we have this greenhouse sitting on the front porch, and it has my tomatoes and peppers and a few other things in it, and I haven't checked it. I was worried about it last night. I didn't know if we should bring them in, so I'm going to open it and see how everything fared last night. We have tomatoes and peppers and basil, tomatoes and peppers. That's about all I've got planted in here. Those look like they need some water. So everything looks like it's doing well. I'm going to leave it open for the day. This is our apple tree, and I forgot to uncover. I planted caladium bulbs here the other day. So we cover them up. They are a shade-loving. They kind of look like elephant ears, but they're smaller and they're pink. So hopefully they come up. All the bulbs looked good. And then this the same caladiums. And I planted some lilies, but I think the cat dug. So I'm going to get something out here, and I don't know if that will live or not. But same around this tree, caladiums and some really pretty grape daylilies. So I don't know what this tree is. It's a nice shade tree though. And then we have our, you can't see them, but this is where we hang our clothes to dry. But that's what we've been up to. That's what, everything's uncovered, and we're going to, I don't know what we're going to do today. It's still kind of chilly. It's warmed up a little bit. Clean up. It's really pretty, so we might just, we're going to be working on the chicken coop. We've got a new chicken coop because we're taking the old chicken coop down. It's because we have to knock the chimney off the back of the house, and the chicken coop's in the way, which I didn't want the chicken coop that close to the house anyway, so I'm happy where we're going to be putting it. Thanks for following us. Hope you are doing well wherever you may be from Grace Homestead Farm.